so glad to see you again. I have the most exciting video I'm really excited to share. I think you're gonna like it. I like it a lot, and it is my bathroom Rent-O-Vation. I love a good makeover that takes a very imperfect space and makes it into something that you can love, and with a few simple tweaks that don't cost a ton of money, you can completely transform any space. I think we see a lot of people redoing their entire house or hire your designer and doing all these things, but I think there's just really simple rules that anyone can execute that you can do yourself and really make any space great regardless of your budget. I partnered with Sherwin Williams on this video because you guys know I love me some Sherwin Williams paint. I always use the Emerald line, which is their top of the line paint. Pros of this space. I've lived in a lot of tiny little bungalows and weird little funky places that have had the smallest, tiniest powder room ever as the main bathroom that was off the bedroom to access. So this, having a bathroom that's off the living room, no one has to walk into the bedroom, it's of decent size, it has a window. Those are really huge pros in my opinion. So we've got a little space to work with. Paint is always the magic, and I'm a big fan of painting things dark. Some of you guys remember that I had a black bathroom that I did, now it's probably 6 years ago. It's been a little while, but everybody loved it and I loved it too. And just by literally painting the bathroom black and adding a shelf across where the toilet was, gave me so much more storage and transformed the space. Using a dark color in a small room, especially one that's overlooked and really is not that special, is a way to bring that special in, bring that glam in, and just add a little bit extra. I have no idea how to get that down. Can't find the screw. Emptied out the bathroom, speckled and patched everywhere it needed to be patched, cleaned it all, which I highly recommend. It sounds really obvious, but literally just cleaning the walls, it makes paint adhere to it so much better, especially if it's an old kitchen, an old bathroom, and it's it's seen some shit, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna do the ceiling alabaster because that's what it is in the rest of the house and just keeps it a little bit easier as a renter who will probably have to paint this over when they move. That I don't have to paint the ceiling too. So that's really what it is. It's pure ease. I tried 3 different color greens and I sort of knew I wanted to do Oakmoss from the beginning, but once I tried them on the wall, it was definite. I loved that it was a really saturated, beautiful color, but it's definitely green. I wanted something that was a little bit of a color, packed the drama of black, but wasn't black. I just wanted a color. And I think this is a good example of I looked at the sample colors and looked at 3 different colors, yet when I put them on the wall in the space from morning to night, it looks different. And so that's why it's really great to kind of put something on the wall and see how it feels in the space. So it has a little bit more yellow, so it captures slightly olive, and I think Reed's a little bit more green. It's still gonna have a really dramatic effect in here, but I wanted it to look a little green, or I probably would have just done it black. So I went as close to matte as possible while still working in the bathroom. And I love satin. It's not too much of a shine. And like I always say, stay away from shiny if your walls are less than perfect or your paint job is less than perfect. I promise it's much more forgiving, and this dark saturated color combined with the satin finish, I'm excited for you just to wash over all the imperfections and make it perfect. Thank you. rentals that's common is the sliding shower door. So I put this shower curtain up because the shower door was less than appealing to me, but I left the shower door. So I think it softens it and just gives it like a little bit of a new vibe, a little woven vibe. And I kind of like that it gives me double shielding in there because it's cold in the morning and I'm like, oh, I like it. It's like an extra little blanket out there. No air coming through. I also changed the sconces. I wanted sconces that weren't too much money as an investment, and I think black works really well in that case. I also have a lot of black hardware going on in my house, but you get into like nickel, polished nickel, brass colors, sometimes you have to spend a little bit more to get the finish you really want. Black, you can kind of like get something cheap, but you don't know it's cheap because that matte kind of is what they use for high end or low end. So I went with that. Plus I needed something that would like go down and up and be the right shape. I knew I wanted a shade because it just softens the light, and I found that dual one, so that works, and then the matching one for the wall. And I'm telling you, I painted the bathroom, it wasn't even done. Put those light fixtures up and it was like, oh my God, a whole new world, a whole new world. It's a huge asset to have a window in the bathroom at all. So what I did is I like to hang my shade up a little higher, give the window a little height, and just like draws your whole eye up. So I took that shelf down that was above the window that kind of was almost like an eyebrow, like suppressing the eye down. And I took that eyebrow off and I created a whole new shape. And I really feel like it draws your eye up, it gives some texture, and it plays really nicely with that green color. I love non-bathroom furniture in the bathroom. I think it just kind of elevates the space, brings a little like elegance to it. So I have a secretary, originally had a top on it, which movers dropped and smashed completely. So I just have the bottom, but it works really well because they're not too deep. It has nice storage, and especially if you have the top, you can use that for towels, you can set your stuff up in there, you can have baskets in there, so I think that's a really, really, really good tip for the bathroom. Like a cabinet or a secretary. And what's nice about a secretary is you can pull down that like leaf there, and you can use it as another tabletop, especially in a small space, and then just put that away, hide all your stuff, so it's hidden, but it's just really form and function, and I think it works really, really well. And I think the burl wood is like really, really pretty with the green. My house has some charm to it, but one of the charming things about old houses is they're a little funky sometimes. So I wanted to get a shelf behind the sink because for whatever reason, and I'm guessing it's because the floor isn't flat, the sink was 5 inches out from the wall, and it was like scary. It was like, and when I say scary, I mean scary to drop your toothbrush back there, all right? Scary for things to roll off and roll back in like no man's land. So it just made it weird. By adding the shelf alone, it gave me a place to set stuff, an ability to use it in the functional sense, but also just, it made it feel more intentional. Like, and when you paint it, it suddenly kind of creates like a little bit of a built-in quality, and I think it works really, really well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you love this video. I love it. I think it's a really good ugly bathroom Rent-O-Vation. I do. And it's like side by side with my kitchen, and I think both of those is like a proof. Paint your cabinets dark, paint your bathroom dark, and it will change your life. So thank you to Sherwin Williams, thank you to you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Did I ever mention that I am jealous for all people born in May because emerald is your birthstone? I think emerald is probably one of the most gorgeous stones ever. I'm a huge green fan, and I don't know, emerald and diamonds, just about it.